Welcome to this special event on Wednesday, September 24, 2025. We are truly honored to have you all here today for an inspiring academic and cultural exchange. Before we begin, please stand for the national anthem and let us show our respect to both nations by singing the national anthems. Please be stand up. First, the national anthem of Indonesia and followed by national anthem of the Philippines.
Kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Kayang magiliw, kailasan silanganan, alam ng puso, sa titik mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuyagan ang magiting, sa mandulupin, di ka pasisigil, sa nalagang tutok sa simoy at sa langit mong pagkaw, ay hinatang tulang awit sa pagkayang minamahal. Ang isang ng matawad mo'y tagumpay na nag-iindig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang ay di magtitindig. Lumalang araw ng walhaging pagsinta, buhay langit sa piling mo. Ang hindi kaya ng kartay mag-amin, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Please be seated. And to officially open today's program, we will now hear the welcoming remarks from Director of Universitas Persada Indonesia Y.A.I, Professor Engineering Sri Astuti Indriati MS PhD. Please, for Professor Sri Astuti Indriati.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi Bapak dan Ibu sekalian, adik-adik mahasiswa sekalian yang kami cintai. Very good morning everybody. Very good morning to ladies and gentlemen, for the all audience here. The first one, I would like to will say welcome to our university, our campus. So to my honorable, the very distinguished guest, Dr. Lloyd Ranises, PhD. He is a director for international networks and linkages from the Misamis University in the Philippines. And then very good morning also for this is, we've got the all vice rectors, the vice rectors for academics, Dr. Sri Kurniawati, and then the vice rector for general affairs, financial, as well as for, I think you are also the vice rector for collaboration, international and national collaboration, Bapak Jainul Mutadin as Embassy. And then the vice rector for student affairs, Bapak Dr. Masruhin. And then, of course, the international director, director for international office, Dr. Khairul Anwar. And then also the assistants to the vice rector for collaboration. Where's Bu Dewi? Oh, okay. Miss Dewi Sukriya, SPC, MSc, MArch. And then Ibu Dita from the international office as well. And all the vice deans for the student affairs. We've got the vice dean for student affairs from the faculty of engineering, and then from the faculty of psychology, and from the faculty of business and economics, and then one more, and or yes, the person, where is he? That's why I'm looking for. Okay, one from the vice dean for the faculty of communication science. Probably he's on the way. All right, so oh, okay, this is the, sorry. Because he is just assigned as the vice rector for student affairs, and in the same time he is also the vice dean for student affairs for the faculty of communication science. So we have to find another one, but as soon as possible. All right, so all the students from the 4 faculties under the university. So we've got 25 students from the faculty of business and economics, Dr. Light, and we do also have 25 students from the faculty of engineering, and then 25 students from the faculty of communication science, and 25 students from the faculty of psychology. So hopefully altogether become 100 more. Right. First of all, Dr. Light, we would like to say thank you for coming to our university. Welcome to Y.A.I. Persada Indonesia University. So we are friends already for 1.5 years. So we start, I think I should tell you the story about the history about our collaboration between Y.A.I. Persada Indonesia University and Misamis University. So one of our vision, the university's vision, is internationalization. So we've got a lot of partners from overseas. So starting in the year of 1996, we have had a partner with university in United States, and then with Australia, and then we do also started our collaboration also with Philippines, started in the year of 2008. So the first university in Philippines that we are collaborating with is San Beda College. That was in the year of 2008. So then we have now 18 universities in the Philippines within our partnerships. And the Misamis University is the 5th one. After we've got the first one with San Beda College in 2008, and then we did have another one, Emilio Guinaldo University in Philippines, 2011. And then the third one is Northwestern University. That was in 2021. And then afterward, we've got Salai Community College in the Philippines as well. That is in, I think, 2023 something. And then the 5th one is Misamis University. So we we're signing our MOU in March, I'm not mistaken, 2024. And another 13 universities in Philippines, we just signed our MOU just last June 2025. So, after we signed the MOU last year with Misamis University, so we have had a lot of activities and the programs. So thank you so much, Dr. Lloyd, for making these collaborations productive. And we have had like, I just asked Miss Dewi actually, so we have done five activities in the beginning, 4 for general lecture in every single faculties in the area of psychology, engineering, and communication science, as well as business and economics. And then afterward, we have done also the webinar in the area of psychology. And then last June, we have met in Manila. We have talked a bit about the possibility of doing such a next implementation program on faculty exchange member, and then students, international students immersion and mobility program as well. And now today, then we have to thank to Dr. Lloyd for making a good visit to our university. It is not only visit our university, but he's going to visit other universities as well in Jakarta, because when we were in Philippines last June 2025, the Misamis University also have signed an MOU with other university in Jakarta. Not in Jakarta only, but in Indonesia. So there are, if I'm not mistaken, 6 universities. So he will also going to other universities other than Y.A.I. But today we are very happy and thankful for your coming to our university to share your knowledge and experience in this general lecture today, which entitled International Culture and Education, Insight from the Philippines. This is like an introduction to you, the students, because in November, Misamis University invite us to come for the students. We're going to select 2 students to go to Misamis University. So if you look at the flyers in our Instagram, so the program is, we call it the International Student Immersion and Mobility Program. So in Misamis University, later on, Dr. Lloyd will explain about the program, so you will have an idea about what you're going to do there. And then we only select 2 of the students to go to Misamis University. But of course, we would like to also give an opportunity for our lecturer to accompany the 2 students to go to Misamis University to make sure that you are in the safe and secure condition. And that would be on, I think, in November 2 to 15 November. So it's just only 2 months ahead from now. So once you have heard this promotion, and then probably you will be interested on this, and then you can apply for this program. We just only select for 2, and hopefully you will be the 2 good one having these opportunities, because you will meet another student from many other countries, right? Dr. Lloyd, so you will expand your networking, international student networking. So once you are there for 2 weeks, you will expand your networks from networks, making friends and with other international students. And then the next program also, next month, we will have a faculty member from the Misamis University visiting our university to give the lecture for 2 weeks, giving a class for the general class, so everybody can go to this event, and they will stay here for 2 weeks, giving the general lecture, giving the classes as well for you all, and then also we will expand our networks also with those 2 faculty members. And for that next program, so this is why then Dr. Lloyd coming into our university today to introduce the program, also introduce himself and the Misamis University. Even we have introduced Misamis University in our Instagram, because every single time we have done activity, of course, as other universities doing, so we are also, tell everybody what we are doing. So including when we visit Philippines, but unfortunately last time in June we haven't got opportunity to go to Misamis University, so we just met in Manila at that time, meet the president of Misamis University, as well as meeting Dr. Light there, and making our networking expanding toward another 6 universities in Indonesia. So again, thank you so much, Dr. Light, for coming, and give my very best regard to Dr. Karen, the President Misamis University. Also, thank you for everyone's coming in this morning to listen this generalized lecture, as well as taking the opportunity to know about the program of international students immersion and mobility program at Misamis University in Philippines. Thank you so much, and have a good day.
Okay. Thank you, Professor Engineering Sri Astuti Indriati. Now we will proceed with the exchange of souvenirs between Universitas Pesada Indonesia Y.A.I and Misamis University, followed by a photo session. Please, Mr. Lloyd and Professor Indriati, to exchange the souvenirs. Okay, smile and we will take a picture. And this is the souvenirs from Universitas Pesada Indonesia Y.A.I to Mr. Lloyd. And then another souvenir. I think this is batik. Okay, smile. And I think we will take a picture together with all the audiences. Sana dulu, kesini dulu. Okay. Okay, please, Mr. Zainun, Mr. Masruhin, Pak Abdullah. Saya juga. Oh gitu. And now we will take a picture with all the students, with all the participants. Maybe go to the middle, this way, this area. I don't know how to make it. Okay, and stand up, please. Show your best smile. Smile, don't forget.
Satu, dua, tiga. Oke, yang ujung agak rapat lagi, dikit aja.
Ayo, merapat, merapat, merapat.
Satu, dua, tiga. Oke, gaya bebas izin, Prof. Oke. Satu, dua, tiga. Oke.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Professor Sri Astuti Indriati and Dr. Sri Kurniawati. And now it's my great pleasure to introduce our distinguished speaker. He is the Director of Linkages and International Affairs at Misamis University, Philippines. Please welcome Mr. Lloyd Ranises. And today, Mr. Lloyd will share his insights on Filipino identity and communities and explore opportunities for collaborative development. His presentation will cover several important topics, including anthropological understanding of Filipino identity and community, and then also community development and Misamis University's community activities. In addition, he will also present the Misamis University International Exchange and Cultural Learning Program 2025, which opened new doors for academic and cultural collaboration between our institutions. So without further time, let us warmly welcome Mr. Lloyd Ranises to deliver his general lecture. Okay,
Thank you very much again, Ms. Dewi, and to all of you. And first of all, I would like to extend my deepest appreciation, thanks, and to the very warm, yes, very warm accommodations and hospitality that UPI has extended to me. So thank you so much. Thank you so much to UPI. And on behalf of Misamis University, so we are so thankful with with your hospitality and accommodation. And to begin, I might give you some background also at Misamis University, and I will proceed to the. Okay, so I have already my PowerPoint on my lecture, but I think the first one is interesting to have first the student exchange. So may I request to have first the PowerPoint on the student exchange, because I think the flow is better to start with that. So to begin is, I'd like to give you some background of Misamis University. So it's one of the universities in the Philippines, south of the country, in the south, and it's actually an hour, more than an hour, travel by plane from the capital city of Manila, and the Philippine government mandated to us to engage with internationalization in 2016. So how many years from that year until to now? So maybe it's about 9 years when we are required to do internationalization, meaning international partnership overseas in that year. But our maturity of experience on internationalization is not really matured, it's still young. When I started leading the office in internationalization, it's actually it was actually just in 2023, and 2024, that was last year, and there were no so much activities with our partners. And the government enlightened us that in order to make this effective, we have to make it perfect, or we have to master internationalization, which means we have to engage with international partners. And so we are on that way. And then by the time that I started in linkages, we actually have only 3 partners in India, and then followed by 4th partner in Thailand, and then the 5th partner is the same with U.P.I.E. When we are the 5th partner of U.P.I.E. So Misamis University also have U.P.I.E. as the 5th partner, international partner. So there were no activities yet at the time. I am in a hurry to make it. And so maybe some of you have seen me in our previous activities with the engineering, because we have a lecture in engineering and also in psychology. So you might have seen me before. And so you might be seeing me more in our activities in the coming month and years, so that we can perfect the internationalization. So part of that perfection of internationalization or mastery, we would try that the activities is not only engaged in online. So we have to elevate our experience with our partners, and that would be in person. So, and that's the reason why that I will introduce to you this program. This is actually first attempt. Okay, so we have not yet implemented it before, and then this time we will do it, and we wanted to have students participate with us from our partners, including the U.P.I.E. And so we come up with this program to, I said, to perfect the internationalization, and here is to have in-person participation from our partners. So what is this? The very logic or goal of this activity is to orient our partners, students from abroad, to know the Philippines, and particularly to Misamis University, and you will get oriented with our university, our conditions, our situation within the campus. So you would know more to us, and you will. And hopefully you'll be interested to participate more in person with our activities. So that's a way of perfecting the internationalization, more participation in person from our partners. And what we look for after this, so we look for that we can also get mature in our offering of the program. And part of the offering of the program is to have the program offered in which is also being shared. And we call that shared program as credit transfer. There is such term in my country which is called as credit transfer. We're in the program is being offered from partner, and our students will get some course from our partner, or maybe topics from our partner will be taken by our students there. And then that will be credited when they come back to our campus. So that's a credit program. And higher than that is the double course. A double course degree is somehow the remaining years of their program will be taken in our partner, and maybe also the remaining course of the program will be taken in our campus. It's actually exchange. So we look forward that exchange is getting stronger, because that is the way that we can also enrich our skills, our knowledge, that you can contribute more to your field. For me, students should not be only confined locally, but he should also be equipped globally. So the only way for us to be global, and for anyone to be global citizen, is to get involved with the global activities. That's the only way. And there are academic activities that is what I'm mentioning, about credit transfer, about in-person participation in the program, or the double course. That's a way that we can be globalized, and that's a way for us to enrich and expound our knowledge, and we can prepare ourselves to face the real world that we are because globalization is not is not ending. It's always expanding, and we are part of that. And we are not prepared, then we cannot really face the challenges that we face globally. So I think that's a must of everyone to really face it responsibly. So that is where I am. I'm helping the students in our university to get them involved with our partners, with you, and so we're expecting that there are more appearances of your faces online or maybe in real person soon. So for this active involvement. So now I will proceed to our program. So what is this? So the title is the Misamis University International Exchange and Cultural Learning Program. So this is intended for the international students to participate in 14 days in our campus. And as I said, the orientation is for them to get oriented with the university and our local communities in our province, in where we are located in our province and in our region. So for that purposes, then they will know about us, and it will hopefully will increase our participation and involvement between ourselves. So the more we're closer, then the more activities to expect, and the more engagement, and maybe the better outcomes that we could get as students or as ourselves as facilitators in this event. So what is the goal of what is the content of the program? So okay, so I might go to the next slide, please, or the previous slides. So you can see the program, the schedule of activities there, and okay, so here, okay, okay, all right, so okay, so you can see at the left side the program and the schedules of the event. So this will take place on November. Okay, so November. It will start on November 2, but that was the first day of their arrival, and that is devoted for a rest. The following day will be start, and then it will end on November 15. Okay, so within this period, the participants will be oriented with cultural immersion. Okay, particularly with the use of English communication, because it is international activities, and we're using this international language for the communication, and in this cultural immersion, that could be divided into two forms of activities. This is within the campus by lecture, and outside the campus by tours. Okay, so there are a series of tours that support the lectures in the previous days. So the lecture will comprise, of course, our history, some small part of the history, so that you will know us officially, okay, as your partner people. And then, of course, the local history of our place. I think it's important for you to know better about us. And then other things like the ethnic groups. That's also a major concern in our region, because these ethnic groups are part of the communities, and social involvement also has to be given importance to them, so that they can also have better opportunities. So we have to encompass also these aspects on the involvement of the ethnic groups. The ethnic groups are the Subanen, they call it Subanen, so we have that ethnic concern as well. So it's all about culture, and it might not be about business, it might not be about psychology, but culture, in order for you to know about us in a complete way. Then, okay, so to add more color with cultural immersion, so we'll be also giving you some activities with regards to our food. Of course, we have almost the same food. We are all in the same region in Southeast Asia. We shared common food or even language, but particularly for the Filipino food. So you'll experience cooking there, and then of course you interact with one another, and now in a foreign way because you no longer speak your own language, but with the English one and our students as well. And peers or helpers, assistants will be provided to you through students. So we'll be assigning students during your lecture, and you also during your tour, and they will assist you as your aid in doing things, interact with you, and in case that you have some clarification, of course, you can easily ask them for clarification. So more interaction with the students that you will expect to happen now for you, and these interactions might be a positive way for you to get immersed with the Philippines and with our students. So aside from the food, of course, another thing is somehow healthy way, because we also provide activities such as sports. But that day, if I will provide you the whole day sports, and I think it would be too exhausting. So maybe half day only, and you will be exposed with the Filipino sports and traditional games. So their interactions is varied now. So academic, and then cooking dishes, and then here the sports, and of course, so it will have a varied exposure to the students, and that's it. And another thing also, okay, so anything that we do in our lecture, we support it by tours. So when we say local history, we can show also to you our local history. Of course, it's not in the national level because we are not in the capital city of Manila, but in our local history is also rich of information, because that's our identity, and also that will also show our consciousness, how people live and how people grow and what we are today. So you will know us in those things that you see in our surroundings. There are small fort, maybe fort here. The fortification is very big, but in local area is a small one, and there are stories behind it, and it will tell you how the people lived. And so houses also, of old houses that represents the influence of the Spaniards, because we are under Spanish colonization for almost for more than 300 years, and so people there actually speak Spanish, but they don't know that their language is already Spanish. So because it's part now of our vernacular. So they don't know that this language they speak every day is Spanish, but they realize it's already a combination of Spanish. For example, the door in Spanish is puerta, and our local language is poltahan. To explain, it's actually the word poltahan. Polta is actually puerta. It's referring to the door. So they don't know that it's all Spanish. So it's part of our language. And when you see these old houses, it recalls back what we are. So I think one way of uniting and understanding one another is to go back this history and some backgrounds and identity, so we can get closer to one another. And the last thing there is about education. So there is also an orientation with the educational system, especially according to the Misamis University perspectives and experiences. So you'll also know us, okay, what we are prioritizing, what we are aiming for, and what we had done already for our community and our students. And that's again what we are. So making closer to us, and it will make stronger partnership with the UPI. So that's the intent of the program. It will provide you free accommodation and also meals during the lecture days, and breakfast. And outside the lecture days, it's shouldered by the participants, as well as also the plane fare, round trip from here and then to going to Uzami City. That will be shouldered by the participants. But the tour and the lecture for our lecturers and registrations are provided by Misamis University. For me, it's actually a scholarship. Once it is already funded and given free for the students, we can call it a scholarship program for 14 days only. And your part is only the plane fare, round trip plane fare, and also some meals whenever it's not within the lecture days. and we will provide you the accommodation and a transport that will get you back and forth from where you stay and then to the venue. And then another thing, I almost forget this. This will be held during the celebration of our foundation day. Our foundation day of our university is almost 100 years. Okay, so how about the UPIA? So how old is the UPIA? 60 years old. So we are older than you. We are created in 1929 as a small elementary or primary school in another remote small town. Then we transferred to Uzami City because Uzami is an older town during Spanish period and it has bigger population. So in order to serve more students, we transferred to another town, which is our city today. And it grew into high school and it grew into college, and then later on becomes a university. It became a university in 1977. So before 1977, people in our region cannot get their degree and profession. They have to go to Manila. And who can do it? Only the rich families. The rest of the people cannot have education. So that's the history. And then when we provided that in 1977, so it afforded people to get their education from our university. And many get their degree. The farmers can get their degree in agriculture. And actually, most of our clients are actually children from farmers before. And this time, we produce also nurses and also medical technology. And so they prefer also to study here because it's cheaper compared to other cities in our place. So, okay, so I think that encapsulates the entire program. So we would be very happy to see you there in your participation and welcome you most and hoping for a very positive experience that you can bring back now home after your participation in our program. And if you have some questions, maybe I can attend to it. Yes, and this time, so I'll proceed to my lecture. I'm afraid that some of the information about background is already said. But anyway, so I still go on with my presentation. So part of knowing each other as partners, I'll choose the topic on culture about Filipino identity and somehow history, and then in the context of international cooperation. Okay, so next. Okay, so next slide, please. Okay. I know that you know Philippines because we are all internet people now, and it's visible our geographic locations today. And it is what Philippines looks like. It's an archipelago like your country. Indonesia is the longest archipelago in the whole world. And so we are also not longest, but at least we are also archipelago. And so many islands are part of the boundary within the Philippines. And because of that, you know that it's hard to really unite people according to the report of the Americans who colonized us maybe 100 years ago in 1898, and then they left the Philippines in 1945. So do you know that the Americans reported that we cannot manage the whole Philippines, you have to leave them because according to the Skurman Commission report, there is a person named Skurman, is a doctor of, is the president in the university in America, in the US, and was in charge to study the conditions of the Philippines. And according to him, that there are about more than 80 ethnic groups with different vernaculars or languages or dialect that don't know each other. So how would you unite that whole island before? Okay, so I think that's relevant today with respect to uniting ourselves. And there is something also interesting in the report. According to that, it's only 8% of the people were educated, and the rest are not. So that was in 1898 report. And so I just give you the education background. And the first university in the Philippines was founded by the Americans. We call it the University of the Philippines. It's the leading university of my country, and it's a government university, okay, in 1908. And as I said, only those near to that university can get their education. So other remote places like Usami City, where we are located, cannot do it, only the rich people. And maybe it's true. The Scrumans Commission may be so discriminating because, okay, 8% are only educated, but I think it's really true. And until finally that they give up Philippines because it's maybe financially burdened. And that time in 1945 there was war, the World War II, and they want to get away from their responsibilities. But what they wanted, according to the book, is they wanted more connections as long as they gave favor to the Americans in terms of laws. Okay, so that's according to the book. But what I learned from that is we are an island and we're actually composed of different groups, as you see. And so that is composed of islands. And the north is the island of Luzon, and the southern part is the island of Mindanao. The northern part here, I just make closer so that you can locate. So here is the Mindanao, and then the Usami City is here, and then where the Misamis University is located. So when we travel from Manila there, it's 1 hour and a half, and then we get here, so by plane. So in that region, there are different. In Mindanao, there are 27 major ethno-linguistic groups. Okay, so here you can see some of the groups, the Manobo, the Bagobo, Tiboli, Blaan, Mandaya. So they were scattered in the interior part of the island of Mindanao, especially in the mountains. So the Manobo are the cultural ethnic groups. So they are one of the 3 groups of people that compose the population in Mindanao. Other groups are the biggest one, the majority. I belong to the majority. And these are the people who settled in the coastal parts, okay, near the coast, near the sea. And these are the place where it's more developed because the coast has ports and airport and seaports, and the transport and products and trade is very active since long time ago. So they have more productive places in the coastal parts. And maybe we are part of that, maybe in a way. Although there are only 2 cities, big cities in Mindanao, Cagayan de Oro in the north, and the southern is Davao. If you heard the word Davao, because Davao has an embassy of Indonesia in Davao. Yeah, so it's the northern part, the tip there in the south. So these are the big 2 cities in Mindanao. And in the western part of Mindanao are also the Islamized part. So we have also, that's the 3rd compositions of the population. The first is the Christians. The second are the cultural minority, such as the Manobo, Bagoba, and Tiboli, and others. There are actually 27. And other parts, okay, are the Muslim people. They are part of the Western, and okay, just see the Western part there in the map. So that is located or facing Borneo Island. And in our history, Borneo has a close relationship with the western part of Mindanao by blood, by traditions, by religions, and the history. So I only enumerated these Muslim groups, the Maguindanao. So these are ethnic groups before who become Islamized, and they are located in the western part of Mindanao. And they are the second group who were Islamized, because the first was the Tausug. They are in the island there. So I go back again. So these are, okay, this is the Maguindanao area, and they're facing Borneo. And this one is the Davao area here, and then closing here to Indonesia. And then the Tausug located in this region, in Sulu. This is Sulu Archipelago. And they have a relationship here in Borneo area. So the Islamization also brought to those region, but not the entire country, because when Islam reached the country, it started in 14th century. The Spaniards came also in 15th century. So the following years, the Spaniards came, and that perhaps hindered the expansions of Islam in the western part of northern Mindanao. So if ever the Spaniards that came, surely we are Islamized entirely in the whole country. But when the Spaniards came, so it hindered that. So, okay, so that's some some of our history. Okay, and okay, the next slide. Um, Okay, so I'll just show to you the pictures I just get from, it's not my own, I just get it from the internet. Because if I use my own, because I conducted my own research with the ethno-linguistic group Subanen, but if I will use it, it will take time to find it. So through the internet, you can see the beautiful colors of our ethno-linguistic groups, the minority one. The Bagubo, they have actually celebrations of a festival every year, the Kamuluan. They have a very good dance. And tourists will go there and see their performances in the streets. We have street dancing. Do you have also here in Indonesia? The street dancing? So we have the same. So tourists also, they're really interested to see that. And then the left side also below is the Subanen. And you know the Subanen, these are marginalized and they have a very derogatory or very bad meaning of their name. Because when they heard Subanen, they said that these people are uneducated. So discrimination is high. And so when we talk about community engagement, then we have to take care of them. Okay, and because later on we'll define what is meant by development. We'll understand more broadly what's the meaning of development. So they have a color black because you know the meaning of the black color in their wear is that they won't anymore wash it, so they can't get dirt every time. So they have prepared the black color. So if there are people who said Subanen and they have red, I don't believe it. It's not authentic. But the authentic Subanen are really black. So okay, so their history. So they do not intermarried and inter-exchange with the coastal people because they're afraid and they are discriminated, and so they became confined to the interior, secluded, and it really affects their identity because they are discriminated and also considered to be lowly people. So part of the response of the government is to prioritize them. So there were laws that gives them priority, like scholarship. So we provided scholarship to them. So by this time, it's developing. The participations with them is developing. And the other is very strong group. The Maranao is located near the Lake Lanao. The Lake Lanao is the biggest lake in the island of Mindanao. And they have beautiful and very shining dresses. Actually, yellow is a color of the royal family. And they have dances as well, as very, very interesting. The Singkil dance is a dance of a royal princess. Actually, in Maranao, when I heard the word city, it refers to a princess. So I asked, what is the city here? Their princess here has a name, city in their name. So that's what they wear, and it's more on the projection of a royalty or royal family. And then the Tausug also is another Muslim group would have royal significance. So in terms of cultural advancement, we consider that the Muslim people in the southern part, in Maguindanao and Sulu, is more advanced compared to other group before the colonization, because they have more contact with the Malay world in terms of trade. So that is what we can say. These Muslim people in the 15th, 16th century, those areas more developed because they have more trading relations with the Borneo and other cities like Malacca and China. So it changed only later on, and this time they are left behind. Actually, the region in Mindanao are left behind in terms of modernity and economic development. So. Okay, so that's people in the southern part. And then the next slide. Okay, so I just give you some anthropological perspectives. So who are these people? Okay, according to the study in theory, those people who came to the Philippines are actually Austronesians. The word Austro means the south, and then nations are the island. So if you heard Australia, so Austro then Australia is a south, okay, down under is southern part of the world, in the globe. So they actually came from Taiwan, according to the study, in 4,000 years ago, and they are seafaring, meaning they are the boat builders. They can travel, and they are the one who comprise the population in the Philippines, also in your country, in Indonesia, and also even reach Madagascar in Africa, and also other islands in Pacific Ocean. So they call it Austronations, and later on, there is a subgroup that developed, and it is called the Malayo-Polynesian people, or Malayo-Polynesian languages. And accordingly, that's what we are. So we actually belong to the Malayo-Polynesian group. And in my country, it's subdivided into more smaller ethnic groups, and the one that I told you about Manubo, Bagubo, and many others. And some others become Muslims, some others were Christianized during colonization, and some others became not Christianized, not Muslims, but they are tribal people. Or not tribal people, but at least they are minority group. Because tribal is more derogatory again. Okay, so you should avoid the word tribal. So, so we have a Malayo-Polynesian, and so there is really a connections of people in between Indonesia and southern Philippines, and also Malaysia and southern Philippines. So it's not surprising that some of our words are the same. Okay, pintu is door. Pinto, I think this pintu is the door, and then pinto is our door again to us. And then what else? Mahal is expensive, no? So it's the same with us. And then there's so many things that there's so many words that you have the same words. And we call it Doña Melayos, the world of the Malay world. And it even increased and enhanced during the Muslim expansion in the 14th century, 15th century, and 16th century, because the Sulu area there, where the Sultanate was founded, okay, there are at least two sultanates was founded in Sulu and also in Maguindanao. And so they become very powerful, considered to be powerful and even imperialistic in that sense that they occupy other places by raiding this Sultanate of Sulu. They even occupy some parts of Borneo. The Sabah even is a questionable territory now because Sulu claim it, and then since Sulu is part of the Philippine government, so Philippine government seems to have the right to claim also Sabah, so something like that. No, so this the Doña Melayu world, so it's already connected long before, and then people should know it. Even my people should know it that in terms of the ASEAN partnership. Okay, in Southeast Asia, we have already that partnership before. We need to know our history, and we can use that partnership for our own good. In what way? For economic development. And in a simple words, for money. Okay, economic development is resources can be used profitably and then responsibly, and everybody can benefit, and everybody can be happy. So partnership can really help us. So we need that to open doors, to cooperate. Because we have this Doña Melayo. Okay, so the next slide is, okay, and I just showed to you some images that helps more imagination of our culture. So that is the Balangay boat excavated in the area of Butuan City, and this Butuan is an old settlement also in our history, and in the middle of the city. They're able to dig up boats like this. It can carry 50 or more than 50 people. And this is the kind of boat that traveled all in the Pacific Ocean where there are people who live there. So the Balangay boat. And it's very unbelievable that the Balangay boat is excavated in the middle of the city. Why the boat is just below, under the ground, in the middle of the city. So accordingly, it was not the city before, but it was actually the coast, and by some erosions and other things that happened. So these cities was maybe covered by some erosions, and the Balangay were preserved there under. So it was excavated, and it will tell us the ability of seafaring people, the Austronations, the one that I told you about Austronations. So the evidences supports that there is really the Austronesian that travel and go around with this Pacific region, including this Indonesia and Malaysia and the Philippines, the Malay world, because they are all seafaring boat builders. And so the Balangay boat is there, and then look at that, the art. So I visited Masjid Istiqlal yesterday, and there is a big drum at the back, and the support of the big drum is made of an art crafted with a kind of curves, a beautiful curves there. So we have that also. So I just showed to you, we have the same artwork, like we call it ochre, and this is very strong display among the Muslims in Lanao area, the Maranao. So the ochre, of course, it's not exclusive to them, even to the whole Philippines, but it's very strong and it's very noticeable in their old houses, the ochre, and then there's also a sarimanok. And the house there above is the house of the Maranao. They call it Turugan, which means tulog. Tulog means sleep. The whole family is sleeping there because the culture of the Filipino, maybe yours also, we have embraced extended family. All of the members will stay there. When they get married, they will not go away. So, and so they have a big house. So it's a kind of traditional house. Okay, so the next is, okay, and yes, this is about the Islamization. And then just kind of history. So Islam was brought by traders, the Arab traders, and missionaries, the Makdumin, because they are very close now from Malaysia, some Borneo. So they even continued their trade until they found out that there is a active trading ports also as well in Sulu. And then they introduced themselves, and eventually they got married with daughters or princes of the ruling family in Sulu. So that's the reason why that the ruling family became the first Muslims, and it helps to increase and expand the numbers of Muslims or conversion of Muslims in the area. So it started in the island of Sulu there, and then it's even went further to the Maguindanao area, that one in big colors. So these are the Islamized part. So Islamization or making or conversion to Islam from being a native is actually through intermarriages and trade. So that was the development. Then since they are the ruling family, they established the ruling dynasty into a sultanate. So there were sultanate in Sulu and also in Maguindanao. Okay, and so the establishment, foundation of Islam in Mindanao. And the next one is, all right, now so why I'm telling about this? So in order for us to know how to respond to communities that we are dealing with, if we don't know our communities, what they are, who they are, and then we do not know also what kind of approach, the right approach we will do to them. And why is it that we consider communities? Because it is the role of the HEIs, the universities, to have this community engagement. So in our country, we have three roles of the university. One is research. 10 minutes, okay. All right, so we have rules, and then we have instruction, research, and community. So community is the thing that we have to do other than lectures, offering degrees and programs, delivering programs. Other than that is also community extension. Okay, and then research. All right, so the next is, okay, so this is now about the development. So can I hear from you, what do you mean by development? Anything? Okay, so the United Nations has provided definitions of development, and this is what the development is, according to Brundtland, report. The development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of the future generation. So when we use our resources today, if we breathe our air now, it's the same clean air, or if we drink water today, the same clean water that we drink, that the people drink in the future, our children's children. So the same resources that we use in order to develop ourselves. So that is sustainable development. And that's what connects to the role of the university. So you are given with the professional skills, and you can impart it in your own field, and you can make money on it. Okay, okay. But in return, when you use your knowledge, okay, in the field where you will be, okay, you make sure that everything is in balance. There is an economic development of yourself. There is economic development also of the company, okay, without compromising the environment, the rivers, the waters, without making any pollutions or anything that will degrade the future. That is economic development, okay, according to the United Nations. And what the school will do, should do it, should make sure that it will happen. Okay, and the next slide is, okay, so the United Nations provide us 17 sustainable development goals. And the number 4 of this is the quality education. So the quality education is ensured if this is happening. We assure that there is a sustainability of our education, that everyone knows how to make use your own resources and talents, and also contribute a good output that will preserve our resources in our environment. Okay, the next slide is, okay, so the view of the community. So, okay, so this community are people with the same interests and goals. Okay, and the next slide is community. So they are one community if they are kind of people with the same culture, with the same background, with the same interests and goals and ambitions and aspirations. We consider yourselves as one community. So when we do our community extension, we need to know that first from them so that we can facilitate. And we can direct possible way how to make them active in terms of sustainable development. So, for example, when we do community extensions of the Sandwich University, we always go back to the background of our community, what they are, who they are, what their needs. So, with the anthropological perspective, it's more far in their history, but at least we know the kind of situation that we are dealing with. Okay, in order to what? To make use their potential of these people, because they are the one to contribute for their own development. Okay, the next slide. So the community development, as you can see here, is okay. Of course, there are so many ways, but the community development is a process where these people make use the resources and then contribute to one another, and it will bring profit back to them when they use it. So therefore, what's the role of the school is to facilitate their powers, their manpower, their ability to make use their ability and contribute for the development of their community. So that is the economic development. And the next slide is, okay, so one more question from you. So what are the factors of production? So can I ask the business students, what are the factors of production? So one is, can you add more? One is the land. Okay, other factors of production in order to build business. So you have the land. What else? If you have the money. Okay, so the capital. Okay, what else? The method? Method. Yeah, the machine is the capital. So anything that's man-made by people, very good. So it's capital. And then money is another capital. Okay, so, and then your skills is your capital to make it. So the same here in community development. You have to ensure that they participate. So there are other capital as well. So you have the bonding capital, bonding because they are tied up together because they have same background, the same culture. Okay, so they can work together. Okay, the next is, there's so many capital here. Okay, so human capital, physical capital, financial capital, environmental capital, and social capital. Okay, and the next slide. and so we will use it, and that makes a profit. So that's the flow of the economic, the community development. So here, that's the definitions of economic development. It's the mobilizations of those capitals, okay, to generate marketable goods and services. So when it comes to our community extension, we have to make sure that we can contribute marketable goods and services. But it's actually a high ambition, a big ambition, so we cannot do it right away. So we started the simpler one. But at least that we know what the direction is. Community development is something to do with this. Okay, so the next slide is, okay, so there are more. This is the framework. So the capacity building to develop their potentials, and then that will lead to community development, and then we have the outcome of the development. So income, wealth, increased standard of living. Okay, and the next, of course, this is very ambitious. We cannot do it to the community, but we know the direction, what the direction is. And then the last one, again, next is, okay, and then the process. Okay, there is a process and program and outcomes. So the next is, okay, the next slide. Okay, so, and then we have, I will just show to you briefly the extension projects of Misamis University. Okay, so the next slide. Okay, that's what we do. There is an outreach on the youth for a tree growing mark. So it's about tree planting. So very simple. So it's not automatically generate income. So, but at least we know the direction. But it's a simple one. So we have services to the community, and this one is by tree planting. Okay, the next is, okay, so in the sea, okay, in the sea area, we also plant mangrove trees. Okay, in the coast. And so there. And then the next slide is, okay, planted also some seedlings in one of the towns there. Okay, the next slide. Okay, we also help them to have their, strengthen their water system. And then the next slide is, okay, the seedlings again, tree planting, more on tree planting. And then, okay, tree planting again in mangrove trees, okay, along the coast. Okay, so in summary, it's okay. We know the bigger part to make it marketable, but it's not easy. It's not easy also to get fund, but we know it. That will be the direction and the challenge also of everyone. But this time, okay, we have that planting, and it doesn't end that. So it should be a complete vision that we can do to the community. So. So in my participation and my presence with you all, so we are hoping to engage now with our partners and also do some research and also community works that contribute for the development of everyone, okay, in your area and maybe in our area, because we know that is actually the context of economic development that everyone can really gain and profit. So I hope that I have shared some insightful ideas to you for a better and stronger partnership in the future with our school. Then thank you again, thank you very much. Sorry.
Okay, maybe you have any question regarding about the student immersion program that we will have on November 2nd up to November 15th. Anybody want to ask questions about the program? Huh? Mario? You want? No? Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Leslie. Thank you, Miss Lee. Okay, and seems that I am answering questions like from competitions like international competitions. Okay, Miss Universe question. Okay, so the values. Okay, very good questions. Okay, so we are promoting intercultural understanding between ourselves. So the ultimate goal is not really particular to academic, but it's more on, since it's about cultures, it's about something national values. So we develop intercultural understanding. So the very component of the culture that you ask, these are local culture. and very focused to our local history and local context. You get also exposed to a local trade, and then you cannot expect that we have a bigger trade there. It's a small city actually, and you know that when you get to the airport from our university campus, it needs you 5 minutes only, and you will be in the airport. And if you go to a supermarket, still another 5 minutes. You can go anywhere in just 5 minutes. So it's a small city, just in the countryside. It's already a provincial one, and it might be different context in most urbanized area, like Jakarta is very urbanized area. So the local culture, the people's way of life is different from the urbanized capital city of Manila, and so you will experience there what is it. What is the type of accommodation, hospitality of the local people when you interact with them. So the accommodation as well, on hospitality of the students. Of course, they are also interested to experience and interact with foreigners. As I said, that this is the first time, so we don't have international students yet, and so for being first time, so they would be very interested to interact and to show themselves also with international students. So looking forward with intercultural understanding, with respect and interactions to one another is something that you can bring back home. That is this how they receive us and how they promote also their own education and history and culture. So it's more on local things that you will learn. That it might be different from your normal day here. Okay. Did I answer your question? Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes?
Sorry. I'm Jordan from Civil Engineering. I want to ask, what challenge have you faced in implementing this program?
Come again? What is?
What challenge have you faced in implementing this program?
Okay, so very good questions. No, so this is the first time, so I'm not an expert of the international international partnerships engagement. No, but I tried hard to make the best of our partnership, and so everything is hard. Everything is not easy, but I have to work for it, or else. I think this time no one can still do it. I think okay, it might be like that. So the challenge is everything is new to me, and people that I met is also always new to me also, and I see the positive thing that whenever I meet people who are new to me, that opens a door of a brand new day and brand new experience that I never had experienced before. So it's like very interesting things to look forward, and that's a challenge because I don't know yet. I don't know what the outcome yet. What I can do is to ensure that this will be facilitated very well and very very properly and very safe and very clean, and everything should be in proper way. That's what I can do and I can assure. But everything is very challenging. Everything, because I cannot control it. I don't have any experience, and the thing that I can do is to really monitor everything that happened to make sure that everything is well. Okay.
One last question, if someone want to ask. Yes, Bawi. The last question, Mr. Lloyd.
Maybe I can also ask because I bring something there before I forgot to give them.
To give souvenirs to our students.
But it's very small,
we can
small
give
thing.
to Lily and Jordan, and then after that the third person,
Yes.
probably.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, my name is Alia. I'm from informatics student. I see that the benefits that will be obtained are taking 3 credits. My question is, what learning will be get during those credits?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for the questions about credits. It depends on your internal policy of the school. Whenever that you receive a certificate of participation from international activity, that certificate of participation is already credited to you according to the practice of your own system. So I don't know what is the corresponding unit, if ever there is a unit, but it really gives credit to you, to your own record in your curriculum vitae that you are participants of an international activity. As to the particular program, if I am asked if there is some points that could be added to your program, I don't know the system yet, but for sure, certificate of participation will give credit to your own record, and can be used now for an academic purposes.
Thank you.
So I think you can check on Instagram regarding about our flyer for this student cultural immersion. Okay. Okay, you want to give the souvenirs to our students?
Yes.
Okay, please maybe Lily, Jordan, and Alia come forward. Mr. Lloyd has some souvenirs for you. Please come to the front.
Actually, this is not actually a souvenir. This is only one note.
Oh, only one. Okay, one. Okay.
There's another one. But this is a peanut. And
Okay, it's okay.
Okay. So I don't know where to give this to. So
Okay, we
select
give first to Lily.
Okay.
Okay, Lily. Maybe you can give the notes to Lily.
Okay, and
And to Jordan and to Alia. Okay. Take a picture before.
and then this is for you. Okay.
Is it traditional Filipino food? Or okay. Please take a picture. No. Please take a picture first. Ya, kacang dan basreng kayaknya. First time. Okay, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen and dear students, we have now come to the conclusion of today's lectures, general lectures. On behalf of Universitas Pesada Indonesia Y.A.I, I would like to express my deepest gratitude to Mr. Lloyd Ranises, Director of Linkages and International Affairs at Misamis University, for his insightful presentation. His discussion on Filipino identity and communities, community development, and the initiative of Misamis University has truly enriched our understanding and opened new perspective for collaboration for both institutions. Okay, we also thank to you for sharing the Misamis University International Exchange and Cultural Learning Program 2025, which we believe will create more opportunities for meaningful partnership and cross-cultural learning. At this point, we would like to present a certificate of appreciation to our distinguished speaker, Mr. Lloyd. So may I invite Dr. Hoirul Anwar to come forward and hand over the certificate to Mr. Lloyd Ranises. Okay, the certificate. Thank you. Now we will have closing remarks from Dr. Hoirul Anwar as a director from International Office Universitas Pesada Indonesia Y.A.I. Please, Dr. Hoirul.
Well, thank you very much for attending this meeting, my dear student. This is a good opportunity for you for doing internationalization And many thanks to Mr. Lloyd that already explained about insight from the Philippines. And then we have any opportunity to visit Philippines in this coming months, in this coming Novembers, in this coming Novembers. So, and over there, everything will be services by Miss University. You just make effort in buying tickets, and accommodation over there will be served by Miss University. But maybe you have to bring your own food, maybe, yeah? Indonesian food, maybe. Suppose over there any still lack of halal food or something like that. Yeah, maybe Mr. Lloyd will know what halal food is later on. Okay, so just take opportunity. I would suggest you have to have international experiences, actually. But actually, this next month, ya, Bu, ya? Next month, also two lecturers from Philippines will be coming here. So this is your opportunity also for developing your skill, language, communication internationally. Beside attending lecture for the next month, the guys lecturers, I think big opportunity if you come over there directly to Philippines. Yeah, come directly. And then don't worry, because we have so much similarity culture, right, between Indonesia and Misamis University, between Y.A.I and Misamis, because we are close by, actually, and then we are like a sisterhood and a brotherhood. Well, actually, thank you very much for today's meeting. Hopefully, we have a lot of opportunity and experiences today, and I think this is a good transfer knowledge from Mr. Lloyd to you all, and God bless you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Hoiro. And don't forget, for every student from Universitas Pesada Indonesia Y.A.I has the opportunity to be selected for the summer course at Misamis University, which will take place from November 2 to November 15, 2025. Two students will be chosen to represent our university. And for those who are interested, please register through the link that has already been announced on the student portal or on Instagram. Our sincere appreciation also goes to our rector, faculty members, students, and all participants who join us today. Your presence has made this event more valuable and memorable. Let us take today's insight as inspirations to strengthen academic cooperation and cultural understanding between our institutions, and to continue building bridges between Indonesia and the Philippines. And I will try to speak in Tagalog. I hope I will pronounce it correctly. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat hanggang sa muli at magandang araw po. Oke. Atau di bahasa Indonesianya tuh terima kasih banyak kepada kalian semua. Sampai jumpa lagi dan semoga hari kalian menyenangkan. Oke. Terima kasih. Salamat po.